Hey guys, it's Allie here for another yoga flow. This one's we're gonna just slow down a little bit. So it's still gonna be challenging, but we're just holding the poses a little longer. Think yoga for flexibility, really sinking in to those poses, opening hips up, opening the body up, and just taking some time. So I hope you enjoy it. Just come on into a comfortable seated position, close the eyes, and arrive. Just take some time for yourself to shut everything else off. And now it's all about you, your breath, and your body. Start to really focus on what you feel. Maybe a little body scan. And it doesn't have to be positive. If you have some pain, if you have some tightness, if you have 1,000 mosquito bites like me and just are going nuts, just acknowledge it and experience it, positive or negative, and then take away judgment. Inhale, cleansing breath, exhale, let it go. Simple noticing what's going on with me and my body and my brain today. And then having a level of acceptance is a powerful thing. There is no should. There is no I need to be. There's just where you're at, and that's all good. Don't force yourself right now. Just inhale, deep breath, exhale. And then use that to sink in. And then the part about yoga that's great is we notice everything going on and then we let it go. And we accomplish that by simply turning up the attention to breath. So everything else fades away. So now you've noticed all your aches, pains, itches. Cool, it's there. You can let it go now. Just let it drift out. Just let there be a deep inhale and a deep exhale. And that's all you need to breathe and to notice that you right now are breathing. A few more breaths just for yourself. Let them cleanse you. Let them settle you and just come on down. One more deep breath. And now the eyes softly open, and we're gonna enter into some gentle stretching. I'm gonna scoop back, you stay seated, and roll those shoulders. Really get into them, lift them up as high as you can, emphasize the movement. And then rotate them, come forward. Your arms are gonna go with you. They should, they're attached. That's a good thing. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, bring it down. Deep inhale out. Deep exhale. On this inhale, just the right arm, inhale up. And then just fall nice, softly and gently over to the other side, and notice everything right along this side opens. Just sink into it. Inhale, lift up, look up. Exhale, round down. Inhale, round up. Exhale, come on down. We're going to come all the way down and walk our hands through the middle. Reach, reach, reach. And then take it over to the other side. Lift and breathe. Let that sink in. Inhale to the sky. Exhale to the ground. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Perfect. And then just come to center, and we're going to work a little on the neck. So we're going to just start by half circles. Just a nice slow hang half circle. Really feel what it's doing to the back of your neck. And then when you arrive at one shoulder, just sink over that ear and just let it hang, opening up the neck. Breathe through. switch sides. Each side might feel different, and that's cool. That's where your body's at today. Come to the middle, let the chin sink to the chest, but don't cave anything. We're not rounding down. Our posture is stick straight, and we just let the head sink. Chin goes up all the way to the sky, opening up the throat. Breathe through. Inhale, the right arm comes across. Your left hand is going to go above the elbow and just give it a little extra pull. This is gentle. My thumb is pointing up to the sky. You're going to feel this opening through the back, the lat muscles, as well as the shoulder. Same arm comes up and overhead. Pull below the shoulder, nice and slight. Even though we're pulling, we're still being nice and gentle to the body. And then switch sides, other arm across. I add a little to it. My thumb is up. And then I switch sides. So right below the elbow, and that's where I pull. My hand is right behind me. And you're going to feel it shoulder, tricep, even a little in the back. Let that go. We're going to interlace. Take the fingers, push them away from you. Push it away. And then lift up on an inhale. This is going to go gently side to side. Nice, and just let everything come on out. We're going to come to our tabletop position. So hands right under those shoulders, my hip points right under my knees, strong foundation. And today we're going to wag the tail first. So just side to side, like your shoulder is curling, trying to touch your hip, and the other, but actually any movement you need today. So this is what feels good in my body. Do what is good for your body. Inhale, we're going to go to cat and cow. Exhale, round the spine. So all of these are just suggestions. You might want to go further, or you might want to back off. Both are good. You're listening to your body and you're adapting, which is where you want to be. Keep flowing with this, nice and free. Inhale, cave the spine. Exhale, round the spine. Each one of these moves, we're going to extend a little today, really getting into it. So this next one, hold the posture. I have a strong foundation, but I'm holding. Static, hold the pose. Maybe the eyes closed because I really want to see what's going on with my body today. On the exhale, I round the spine, curl, 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 and stay there. Let the breath be free just because the body's holding. The breath goes in and out. Perfect. Sit back if that's comfortable for you. Just shake out the hands, interlace, figure eights, one direction and then the other. We're going to go back to that pose with a neutral spine, tabletop. Right hand forward, left leg long. Hold, create length. Stay here if you want to take it a little further. My right hand goes to the side, my leg goes to the side, so everything just moves. 90 degrees, this is going to be a little harder. Hold here, send it back to the long line, come on back, wag the tail side to side, or again, any movement. Don't forget about the neck. Maybe you want to swing the neck, just check in with it. And then we're going to switch sides, so other one foot forward, 1 foot back, create length. Next inhale, come on over to the side, everything goes horizontal. Switch for length. And come on down. This time we're going to sink to a child's pose. So what's comfortable for me in that is my legs out, almost in a V. I come on down, forehead down rather, wrists up. I like claw hands, it really gets into the back. And just hang out here, breathe. If you'd like to hit triceps, have those wrists come down, prayer hands and then take it behind your head. Elbows are down, and you're going to feel a tricep stretch, which is pretty interesting. Keep breathing. And the next one, we're going to come up, and we're actually going to come up to our knees. If this isn't comfortable for you, you can sit hero pose or even be cross-legged. But if you're with me, come on up. Inhale just like the beginning and just fall over. The other hand just sink slow. Don't worry about where it lands, but just let it sink because we're worrying about this side of the body opening. Just like before. Inhale, look up. Exhale, rotate down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, down. Hand comes down. Drop to the other side. That should feel good along the hip, around the ribs. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. So we're back to our foundation. Toes are going to go under, hips up, and now I'm in my first down dog. Maybe for you, you want to pedal it out, move your head, or for you, maybe it's stillness is what you need today. Deep cleansing breath. Exhale, let everything go. My right leg is going to go back, three-legged dog, and my knee bends. And as my knee bends, my ankle drops, and that should open up the hip. Just like you're going to fall into wild thing, but not quite. The foot is as if it's going to drop to the floor, but the rest of my body is keeping that stillness. And that allows the hip to really open up. Here, I lift through, and then I land in my lunge. From here, my back knee drops. So if hands aren't comfortable here, blocks, hard-covered books, anything that gives you a little lift. But we're gonna hold this pose. Inhale, breathe up. So instead of leaning forward, I'm gonna rise up. So my shoulders are right over my hips. Arms are up, but shoulders are down and relaxed. Breathe through. And for now, my hands are gonna come down on the inside of my foot. I'm gonna come around, my toe's gonna go up, foot's gonna go up, and I'm gonna come into a straddle pose. This can be as deep as you want it, or maybe you don't feel warm yet. So you just hang out. One breath, inhale, exhale, head goes down. Wherever you are, just relax that neck and allow yourself to sink down. One more breath. We're gonna inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. And now this foot is gonna bend, and I find that lunge on the other side. We're gonna reverse it, but it's gonna be out of order. So we come to that lunge first, back knee comes down. My knee is right over my ankle, and I want my hip, my shoulders right over my hip. So on an inhale, I lift my arms, and that brings that alignment into place. Everything is stacked over my hips, and my front leg is in 90 degrees. I'm reaching for length with relaxed shoulders pulled down and back. One more breath. This time when the hands come down, they're gonna plant. This foot is gonna go back into down dog. My back toes turn under, and in one movement, my leg goes back, and I'm in down dog facing the other direction. Again, you can pedal, stillness, maybe neck movement. I think we lose a lot of our neck in the poses that have to do with our lower body. So just check in, see where it's at. And now we have that three-legged dog stretch. So I shift my weight to my standing foot. My leg that's gonna rise comes up, drop that ankle, opening up the hip as if I'm gonna flip down, and just let it open up. This isn't you pushing into the pose, it's allowing the body to get there. One more deep breath. Foot goes down, pedal it out. from here, let's rock a couple sun salutations. So we rise up on our toes, baby walk up, forward fold as deep as you want. Knees can be bent anytime there's tightness here, just bend the knees. So forward fold wherever your body feels good today. Inhale, halfway lift. My back is flat, I look like an L. Hopefully, yes, I look like an L. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Find that length, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, palms come to chest. Maybe you just take a moment here and breathe. This yoga is about just not being in a rush. You'll arrive where you're supposed to, just let it happen. Inhale, find that length again. Dive down, plant those hands, feet go back. I'm in a plank. My knees can be down if that feels better, or regular plank. I spin my elbows in, lowering halfway and holding. Push back up. You're gonna feel that in the tricep. It's different than a push-up. I'm not wide and my elbows aren't going to the side. I'm narrow. For me, my hands are right in front of my shoulders. My elbows spin in, and as I come down, my hands glide against my ribs. This one, lower all the way down to the ground. And we're gonna inhale, lift to a little baby cobra. Don't push it. Exhale down. Inhale, we have one more, lift, lift, lift. Exhale down. Come all the way down to the ground, and my feet go up, knees are bent. I'm gonna very slowly windshield wiper back and forth. And even though this is with my legs, you should actually feeling a little release in the lower back. The hips and the knees will get it, they're rotating, but the stretch is really for that low back. This is great if you're sitting and you have tightness. A forward fold in this will really help alleviate it. Just back and forth. And then we're gonna send it back into one more child's pose. So just push yourself up, back and down. You're right there. You can do claw hands, that hits the back. Prayer hands hit the tricep. Hands down is just gonna chill out and relax you. One more deep breath. Beautiful. From here, flip it up, down dog. Now we're going to take a sun salutation, which we just did, but this time a little faster, linking with our breath. So our feet walk up, forward fold, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Palms touch. Exhale, they come to the chest. Inhale, they go up. Exhale, I dive. Put my feet back, plank position. Take it down, push it back up. Take it all the way down to the ground. Inhale, little baby back bend. Exhale, toes go under. Down dog. All of those moves linked together, that's a sun salutation. We use those a lot just to transition from one side to the other. Find our center, align, and just rebalance everything. From here, left leg goes back just like that three-legged dog before. Not like it, it actually is a three-legged dog. Hold and breathe here. Knee comes through, and we're gonna find that lunge again. Maybe land a little softer than I did. And then that back knee goes down. So find that space, maybe hands are down or you're up. But from here, we're gonna go to our lizard. So you stay where you are, I'm gonna shift slightly. So for lizard, I'm in that spot. My inside hand is gonna go inside of my foot. It's not an inside hand, that's my left hand is going inside of my left leg, and I'm holding here. And maybe for you, this is your lizard pose. It can be intense. If I want to go deeper, I'm going to shift my weight to the outside of my left foot. I'm rolling, so only my pinky is touching. I'm very mindful of my knee, especially the outside, and I bring it down. I just let it fall, just like the hip in three-legged dog. We just allow it to fall, the stretch will happen. And I stay here. And that knee falling to the side and me in this lunge, that's lizard pose. If that still feels good and you want a little further, you can come to the elbows and hang out here. So this is where we're gonna hold that pose, let everything open up, find the position that works for you. I'm cranking my neck, so just check in with yours, allow it to release and relax. Come into yourself and just take nice, slow breaths. See what the breath work does to your head space. 2 more deep cleansing breaths. Last one. And we're just gonna reverse to get out of it. So I lift up on my hands, create that position, stop, check in with my body. I'm good, so now my hand comes outside. I shift my knee so it's in alignment. My toes go under. I'm in a regular lunge here. Push back, down dog. One more breath. And now we're gonna stay on the same leg, the same side. Instead of a three-legged dog, this time we're just taking our foot to the outside, getting back in that lunge, and then lowering. Instead of lizard, we're gonna go to half split. Sounds more intense than it is. So I'm gonna take my weight and just shift back. So now this is straight, this is bent. My hip is right over my knee. I don't have to sit back. I'm actually getting a deeper stretch by being out. This can be intense on the back of the leg. If it is, baby bend the knee. So wherever that feels good. And then my hands come forward, and the reaching forward is really what's gonna hit that stretch. So fall into yourself, let the neck be loose, and then reach forward, sink down just with the upper body, and there's the stretch. If you're trying to work to get into a full split, these are an amazing warm-up. So stay with it. Sorry, I faked you out move there. One more breath. Foot goes back to that lunge, plant my hands, lift my back knee, and come back into down dog. Breathe. So this is where the sun salutation comes. We have those simple movements to get us to the other side. So let's go with that. Feet walk forward. I'm in that forward fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Hands come down. Just reverse that. We go up, dive down, hands go down, feet go back, lower, chaturanga push-up. Now lower all the way down. Cobra, maybe to up dog, maybe get a little deeper with this one. And now we're at down dog. You stay where you are. I'm going to flip. Actually, no, I'm staying right where I am. So breathe through. Now we work that other side. So right leg goes back, comes through three-legged dog. Bring it to that lunge, back knee lowers. So we're walking into our lizard, just like the other side. Which one works for you? Maybe you stay here, maybe that hand comes in and that knee lowers, or maybe you go all the way through full lizard. And then neck releases and a sink. Just give yourself 5 deep cleansing breaths here. Let everything just lower without forcing it. 2 more breaths. When you're ready, slowly come out of that. I move very intentionally, and now here is where I shift to my half split. So I come back, I shift my weight. So now this leg's straight, the other one's bent. My hip is right over my knee, my toe is facing up, and now I'm ready for this stretch. So I lower my body, maybe my hands come out. Nice slow breaths. Again, if this is tight, bend that knee. Feel the stretch you're doing. Those toes are lifted. 2 more breaths. Last one. Shift into that lunge. Foot comes up. Send it back down dog. Just give your body what it needs here. Maybe movement, maybe stillness, but just 5 breaths of yogi's choice. Do something for yourself that feels good. When you're ready, sink down. We're going to go back to that tabletop positioning, and we're going to do some thread the needle work. So we set ourselves up with a good foundation. I'm going to shift a little. My right hand goes up to the sky, and what I'm going to do, exhale, come halfway through, hold this pose. I'm reaching like I'm serving a plate to someone next to me. Inhale, rise. Exhale through. That rotation is just stretching everything in your upper trunk. This one we rise up, and we're going to go all the way through and hold this one for a little bit. So my back palm is touching the floor. My forehead comes down at an angle, and my front hand reaches. And this is thread the needle. If you want to go deeper, that front hand can rotate around like it's curling into the hip crease of your right hip, and that's going to really open the shoulder. If you'd like to activate the back more, push down with this straight arm with that palm, and you're going to open up the lats. So if you actively push the back of your hand to that floor, if it's your right hand doing that, your right lat will feel activated, your left shoulder will feel open. Make sure you're not crunching that neck. You always want to be really soft there, and everything out is just hanging out and breathing. Hold and breathe. Last one. I release my hand from my hip. That comes down first, and I push into the ground. Lift myself up. Few cat and cows here. Maybe you notice that you get a little deeper into them after you've been warmed up. The body's a little bit more mobile, a little bit more agile, and we can just really curve into those vertebrae. Other hand comes up. We have a few quick ones. Inhale, lift. Exhale, halfway. I'm not dumping all my weight into this hand either. I'm really strong and have weight equally distributed. Inhale, lift. Exhale, halfway. The next one, we go full thread the needle, lift, lift, lift. Exhale, come through. Back of my palm hits the floor. I can activate it and push. Other hand goes forward, or I wrap. And just hang out and breathe. Make this one as active or as passive as you need it today. Last little breath, or big breath rather. I lied, take a few more. This feels really good. Just sink in. You don't have to worry about what's coming next. Just be here right now. My wrapped hand comes around, pushes into the floor, brings me up, and I'm back at that neutral spine. So we're gonna finish just like we started. We're full circle today. So right hand forward, left leg long. Exhale, maybe they come to the side. Maybe you didn't try it at first and you want to now. Inhale, length. Exhale, down. Wag the tail side to side. Other side, left hand long, right leg back, length. Then shift to the side, shift to the front, and come on down. Last round, cat and cow. Link to your breath. Next move, we're just gonna cross the ankles, come through, come onto our back, make ourselves into a little ball. So knees come into the chest, and we're gonna do hip circles. No, these are knee circles. I swear I know my parts of my body. So I like my hands down to brace. They can be on your knees or wherever feels good to you. And then switch directions. So I'm basically just rolling my low back into the ground, literally massaging myself, opening that up. So this was a lot of hips, a lot of low back. Legs are gonna come up, point and flex. Roll the ankles one direction and then the other. If you hear popping without pain, it's all good. That used to really freak me out, that noise. I thought I was damaging my ankles. Talk to a doctor, not to worry. If there's no pain associations, supposedly it's all good. Knees come in and we do happy baby. So happy baby is basically the bottom of my feet are facing the ceiling. So maybe that's here, maybe my hands are here. This is not happy baby. This is happy baby. I'm not worried about your hand placement, I'm worried about your foot placement. This is mimicking a squat upside down. My knees are going towards my armpits. If my hands reach, I can add and pull them down. I really like this to finish with. It just really opens up the hips, especially after all those lizard poses. Relax here. Start to unwind and settle down. Maybe you go back to noticing your body, that little scan, just like when you did in the beginning. And it's probably a little different. From here, when you're ready, feet can come down and Shavasana pose. So anything that feels good. Maybe knees are bent, maybe legs are down. If you're ever laying down and it's tight on the low back, that bent knee should feel really good. So play with what feels good. Arrive there and settle in. Eyes closed and just sink into the earth. Feel the ground underneath you and know that you are literally supported. Your mat, your rug, the floor, it's got you. Your weight is upon it and it is holding you. Let every drop of tension leave your body. Send it into the floor. It's not yours anymore. Let the space in your head be a little lighter. Let the body just be a little softer. And let the breath be free. Stay right where you are, eyes closed, and take a few silent breaths for just yourself. Feel free to stay here and take a few extra moments for yourself. Or if you're ready, eyes can gently open. You can slowly bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Simply arrive. Maybe hands come to chest, chin lowers, bowing to yourself, honoring your practice, thanking yourself for participating in this. I hope you received whatever you needed from this class. Namaste.